Bushmaster by Gwinn. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is episode 37 of the Armory Chats, and we're just going through some of the old projects that have been laying around here that have kind of built upon us over the winter. And I wanted to give an update on our Bushmaster rifle. And some of you are looking at this and going, that's not a Bushmaster rifle. You are actually incorrect. This is a Bushmaster model of rifle made by Gwinn Firearms in Bangor, Maine. When this was made, not sure. I'm assuming in the 80s. But it's my understanding that Gwinn, a person with the name of Gwinn, was started Bushmaster, and that name caught on. They ended up, I don't know, maybe inverting, turning that model into their company name. And the Bushmaster AR-15 company today, I think, started with Gwinn Firearms. So this is a very interesting gun. We had come into the Armory that had an issue, but I guess I'll give a quick rundown of how the gun is laid out and one of the problems that we had with it. So it is a 223 5.56 gun. It takes standard AR magazines. However, there's no bolt hold open. It's got an AR style safety just like on your AR-15, so this would be very very comfortable for most of users. It's not an ambi control. The charger or the bolt handle on this model is actually a little nub that's on top of the gun. Now, I don't know what the deal is with Gwinn or the deal is with these Bushmaster guns, because I've seen some where the charger's on top, and I seem to remember back in the day there were some where the charger was on the side. So I don't think that's set in stone. I think they probably changed as they changed production or maybe upgraded models. Standard bird cage type flash hider from, which would be period correct back in the day, and no bayonet lug. So I would assume, well, when you still see a bayonet lug, you would think assault weapons ban, but I'm thinking this is older than 94. I'm thinking this was made in the 80s. So since it was never actually a military gun, maybe they didn't put one on it. Now, the issue with this gun, it doesn't have a buffer tube, buffer spring and buffer system. It's got a folding stock. This particular model, when we got it, this stock was actually wobbly inside. It actually wobbled inside this metal piece, like it would, you could move it and flex it. It's perfectly stiff now. So we were looking at it, and it's one of those things where it should be pretty easy to fix. And Freeze was looking at it, and I was looking at it, and the more we looked at it, the more we didn't like what we saw, because it just was two poles going into a piece of metal with some roll pins on the side. And this doesn't look right. Long story short, send it off to the 07. He gets into it, and we discovered what it was. Let me see if I can show this. A hole here. I think our 07 put that one in. We have a screw here, and he filled some of that stuff in. The holes for the roll pins were actually covering blind pins that went straight into the tubes. So over time, the roll pins moved because the blind pins moved, and also it wore into, it caused some wear into the tubes of the holes in the stock, and the whole thing was just a floppy mess. So he got in there, machined it, made some structural changes to it. It's solid. It's rock solid. I mean, it's understood that this would not hold up if we were to you're going to shoot 5,000 rounds a year through it. It's a reference gun for the collection, so whatever. It's fine for it's functional. We can use it, and it's all that. But speaking of shooting a lot of rounds through this gun has a questionable history. So if you look at it, we haven't refinished this gun or done anything to it other than get the stock worked on. You'll notice the receiver, the upper and the lower, the bluing seems pretty consistent, not a lot of wear. The bolt looks like, the bolt carrier looks like it might have a little bit of pitting on it. But then when you go to the, so look at the rear of the gun, and then when you go to the front of the gun, when you look at the barrel and the gas block, it's like all the finish is gone. I'm not all the finish, but 40%, 50% of the finish is gone. Now, I don't know if maybe, you know, some kids got a hold of this in the 80s and were cooking it, and so maybe it just baked off because it was cheap paint, or whether maybe somebody, this gun, maybe it was kind of, you know, had some issues, or was a put together, or maybe it was in worse shape than when we got it, and somebody fluffed and buffed it and made it, you know, made it what it is today. So with all that being said, the condition of the gun, it didn't look right. The stock didn't seem right. We got this gun for nothing. So you know what, for anyone that's interested, the serial number on this gun, this is either the 1000th and 82nd gun or the 82nd gun in the production of these. So, you know, it's kind of neat when you think about it, when you look at all the guns that are out today with, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9-digit serial numbers. So if you want to see more about this gun, go to our blog page, john1911.com. That's JOHN1911.com. Remember, it's all about shooting guns and having fun. Everybody, have a good day.